Right. Here we're going to discuss paper 1 in April 2020. The first question here says to you that the table gives some information about sequence A and sequence B. Here we got this sequence, which is sequence B. We are requested to find the next term. So the next term over here, we're going to find, is this linear or the quadratic? This is the first thing that I need to find out. Is this linear or quadratic? Quadratic, because here the first difference, I added here 3, then I added
7.
and so on. Then I added here 9. So the first differences are not the same, then definitely it is not linear. But the second differences are the same, adding 2, adding 2, adding 2. So definitely, listen, this is what? Quadratic, right? So quadratic, the first thing that I'm supposed to write is what in this nth term? N squared. Then I try the first term. When 1 squared is what? 1. How many left until you reach the 2, which is the first term? Plus 1. You add n squared plus 1. Good. Mister, we did the next term. So the next term, I can add actually 11 to it, which is going to be 37. So Mister, I know I added here 3, then 5, then 7, then 9. I know that the next one I'm going to add 11. So it's going to be 37. Or I'm going to remove n and write 6 because I wanted the sixth term. So 6 squared is 36 plus 1 is 37, right? Both cases will lead you to 37. Right, good. Complete the table with the next term in sequence B. Done. Complete the table. Tick to show if each piece of data is quantitative or qualitative. Right. يعني quantitative depends on quantity, right? Depends on quantity, which means number. Numbers, qualitative, quality, right? Good. Right. The name of the country where a person is born. هو is this quantity? No way, Mr. طبعا لا, it is qualitative. Right. It's not just like the quality of they talk here about name. It's not something that you can count. It's not quantity. The number of books a person owns. Quantitative. Around the most appropriate unit for measuring the volume of water. هو do you think احنا volume we can measure it with a ton, milligram, micrometer, يا مستر ولا ton ولا gram ولا meter. هو definitely a liter. And I can put the prefixes that I want. Micro, nano, centi, whatever. But it's just liter definitely. Mia buys some sweets. Here, the saying that toffees cost 9 cents each, with chocolates cost how much? 11 cents each. But Mia buys T for the toffees and C for the chocolates. The total cost is what?
129.
129. So, what is the expression that we want to write for the formula? Yes, because 9 per T, so 9T, plus 11 per C, so 11C. Total cost is 129. Make M the subject. So, Mister, I need M to be alone. I'm going to send the cube to that, but it's going to be cube root. So, cube root of H equals M. All right, let's continue. Question 6. Mister, definitely, before even starting, is this going to be a straight line? No. How do you know? X is squared. Mister, once I saw that X is squared, I knew that this is not linear. I knew that this is what? Quadratic. But quadratic, Mister, I knew that I'm gonna have, I knew that I'm gonna have what? Parabola. It's incomplete parabola. Let's continue here. 2. What is it going to be? The 2. 2 squared is 4 and 1 is 5. 3 squared is 9 and 1 is 10. Then I'm going to do it 2 until 5. And 3 until 10. Now my parabola is complete. Complete the graph. قال لك ايه؟ قال لك ايه؟
أنا حطيت البوينت بس
complete the graph. قال لي complete the graph. فانت التيبل عليه 1 مارك والجراف عليها another مارك. طب مستر انا ما كنتش اعرف ان هو عايز طب انت you got it over there do it. Okay, هو قال لي complete the graph of this for values of x between -3 and 3. You may use the table to help you. ده اصلا they're not requesting you to complete the table. يا كرمة. Yes, you have to. You have to. ده هما they didn't even request for you to complete the table, but you must complete the table. يعني بحرر.
نفس الحاجة.
Yes, ده تبقى نفس الحاجة. في دايما عندك point الباقي كله طالع زي ما هو. In reflection, yes. Question 5. Sophia draws triangle P on a coordinate grid. She rotates the triangle P by 90 degrees. Anti-clockwise, about center 0, -3. To make triangle Q, she then translates the triangle Q by 3, 7. She translates it. Yeah, she moves the shape. To make triangle R, tick to show if each pair of triangles is congruent, not congruent, or you cannot tell. Mr. هو كل الحاجات دي, all these things are very hard to do without a graph. لا هما they request only one piece of information. هما congruent, do they have the same size or not? They don't have the same size, or I don't know. I cannot tell. I don't have enough information. I want to ask you a question. What are the kinds of transformations that happen to this question?
Translation and rotation.
Translation and rotation. Does any of them change the size of the shape?
No.
Definitely, necessary P with Q are what? P and Q are congruent. طب with Q and with E with R هو اصلا نفس الشيء they are congruent and listen both of them. We took this the vector. 3 means you move the shape 3 steps to the right. With 7 means you move 7 steps to the up.
لو negative
D changes in x. If it's positive, you move to the right. Negative, you move to the left. D changes in y. If it is positive, you move it up. If it's negative, you move it down. Oh, they didn't request for me to move anything. You're gonna move it 3 steps right and 7 up. Here, 1 plus 1 over 5.
1.
Mr. Here, 1 and 1 over 5. Divided by daily. You were asking about this. 1 and 1 over 5. Divided by 2 minus half. If I take half from 2, what is it going to be? 1 and 1.5, Mr. So convert them into improper fractions. This is going to be
6 over 5.
divided by, keep change flip,
6 over 5 multiplied over
2 over 3, which is going to give you what?
12 over 5.
12 over 15. You leave it this way, you lose a mark. Divide by 3. Divided by 3, I did a 4 over 5. Fine. You reached at the end of 4 over 5? Perfect. Question 9. Square root of 68 is between 2 integers. وقال لك whole numbers. Between what? 8 and 9. ما حدش راح يكتب لي square root. I don't want him to write square root of 64 and square root of 81. Don't do that, please. It is 8 and 9. Lily wants to find the average height of the 1,000 students in her school. The students in her school are aged between 4 and 18 years old. Here is her plan to collect a sample of students. Choose one class of 18-year-old students in her school. Choose 5 students randomly from this class. Give 2 different reasons why her sampling method is biased. Tell me, Yassine, one reason. So she takes students from only one class or 1 year group only.
And you have 18-year-old students.
Only, or she chose only students who are 18 years old. Only. This is a problem. Adam, next. She only picked, so she picked a few students or only 5 students is fine also. She picked a few students.
She collected small sample.
Fine. Small sample, anything that shows that this is small. A few students, a small sample, only 5 students, whatever. Here is an equation. A to the power of b equals 16. Here, a could be what? 2 to the power of 4 is 16, correct. Adam Ahmed. 4 to the power of 2 is correct. Ahmed Shabrawi. He's saying negative 4 to the power of 2 is also correct. Lamar. 16 to the power of 1 is also correct. Good? Negative 2 also to the power of 4 is correct. All of these are pairs that are acceptable. But here, they want to find the area of this trapezium, and they gave you 2 methods. The first student said, I'm going to add the 16 and the 18 and the 20 and the 30 to find the area of this shape, correct? That he found what? The parameter. He found what? The parameter, not correct, mister. So the other student said 16 times 18 plus half times 12 times 16. طيب خلينا نتفق على حاجة. Here, let's agree on one thing, Yazid. Let's agree on one thing. If I follow the rule that says half times height times base 1 plus base 2, I'm not going to reach this, mister. This is so far away from that. This is not the rule. Yes, it is not the rule. Because it is here half times 12 times 16. Mister, where did he get these numbers? No. It is incorrect. Most of the students would say it is incorrect. Thank you so much. Right. Salma here says what? Salma is saying, no, yeah, mister, he is correct. Why is he correct? She's saying to me, mister, he divided the shape into 2 parts. A triangle and a rectangle. This rectangle is what by what? 18 by 16, right? It's not side by side, it's not square, it's a rectangle. Even though it looks like a square. But it is 18 times 16. We get this, right, Amalak? 18 times 16. So I must say 18 times 16 is written. Plus the area of the triangle, which is half times base times height. Half times base times height. Half is written. Times base. What is the base? 12. Listen, all this 13. This only is 18. The base is 12. Half times base times height, which is what? 16. Oh, mister, he is correct. He got the area of the triangle plus the area of the rectangle to get the area of the whole trapezium. He is correct. It's just a different way. And instead of finding the area of the trapezium in a straightforward method, no, he divided it into 2 parts. So far, so good? Right. Next, he's saying here, a third student tries to calculate the area of the trapezium. Here is their calculation. He said half times in the 2 bases. Yes, this is the rule that we know. Half times height times the 2 bases. And the order actually doesn't matter because all of them are multiplied by each other. The order doesn't matter. So it is half, where is it? Times the 2 bases added up, 18 plus 30, correct, times the height. What is the height? 16. He made the height what? Is he correct?
No.
Where is the mistake? At 20. Okay. And the height is what? We all agree that the height must be what? Must be what in height? Must be perpendicular. In height must be perpendicular. This is the height. This cannot be the height. The diagram shows triangle L drawn on a grid. The same thing, triangle L is reflected in the line y equals 2 to make triangle M. So L is reflected through y equals 2, right? So y equals 2, I have to draw with my ruler and the pencil the mirror line. Y equals 2. Then I reflect it. Then I do what? I reflect it. But here, I got this point as 1, 2, then 1, 2. It is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then I connect with a ruler. And what is this shape? Shape what? M. This is M. Triangle M is then translated by 0, -3. This is the question that you were asking about. What is this? What does this mean? This means vector. Yes, Salma. Which 6? I translated this point 1, 2 down, then 1, 2. Okay? Mister, they're saying to me now, translate this shape. In order to translate it, they said what? 0, -3. But what does 0 mean? The first number means I move it across the x-axis, right or left. If it is positive, you move it to the right. If it is negative, you move it to the left. But if it's 0, I do nothing. I do nothing. So listen, this stays the same on the x-axis. Good. But listen, -3 in the y-axis, it means that you go down or you go up. You go down. How many steps down? 3 steps down, and listen. So I'm gonna take it this shape 3 steps down only. So this point is going to be 1, 2, 3 down. And this point 1, 2, 3 down. And the last point 1, 2, 3 down. Then you connect them. And this is shape what? N. What? 0. The first number shows you what? This one shows you what? It shows you whether you move right or left. This is the x, right? It shows you whether you move right or left. So it's 0. Do you move right or left?
Move.
I don't move. If it's +1, move 1 square to the right. -1, 1 square to the left. It's 0, don't move. So don't move across the x-axis. I'm not going to move this point right or left. But -3, you move it down 3. You get it? Sure? Okay, good. So now, Mr. I moved it 3 steps down, I got N. The last question is saying to you, there is a single what? A single translation that happened to shape L to become shape N. What is that transformation? So, let me tell you something. It is reflection through what? So it is reflection, but through what? Reflection through what? Those are saying reflection. Very good. Y equals 0.5. You can find here that L and N are reflection of each other. But at the same time, you can find I need something that is in the middle exactly. If you move it here up 1, 2, 3.5, half, 1, 2, 3. So it is y equals half. 1? Hello, okay. Adam, tell me, how would you answer this question? The diagram. Tell me, Adam, here. Where? Here? Huh? Here? This way? Tell me, Adam, tell me. Here? Okay, good. Adam is saying, Mister, I did this. a perpendicular line, and I know that this is 90. I know that this is 90. And he said that I know him said that this is 137. There's only one thing that is missing, Adam. To know the sum of these angles is what? Very good. They're saying, listen, I know now that this is what a pentagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? How about imaginary line? Because you need a shape is incomplete, or it is not going to help you enough. You don't have enough data to help you find x. ما فيش عندي alternate مثلا لل 42 with the x, but there is more than one way. There are actually 3 ways to find x. 3 ways to find x. The 3 ways depend on drawing imaginary lines. Exactly, yes. Right. So here, he said, Mr. This is a pentagon. I'm going to use the rule n minus 2 times 180 over, or not over, times 180 to know the sum. And he told him, Mr. 5 minus 2, layer 3 times 180 equals 514. And he said, Mr. I know that the 5 angles add up to 540. He added 137 plus 145 plus 90 plus 90. He gave you
160.
all right, so he did 540 minus 4 and gave you what?
78.
78 degrees is the correct answer. Very good. All right. So this is one simple way, but it requires a lot of calculations. There is actually another way. What is the other way, Amalek, that you did? Very good. Okay. So all of you understood the way that Adam Ihab did? What was 540 minus what? 462. All right, it gives you 78. Right. There is another way. Malak is saying, Mr. I'm going to draw a line over here. Well, I know, Mr. that this is what? 35. So this is going to be what? Alternate with this, which is 35 degrees. This is 43, which is alternate with this as well, which is 43 degrees. So both of them together add up to 78 as well. This is another way. 35 is only this part. Only this is 35. And only this is 43. So 43 and 35 is x. Good? Right. One last method. Some of my students at school actually did this. They said, listen, I'm going to draw this line. They did this. And they said, this is 90 and this is 90. They found that this is 90 and 43 adds up to 133. 133 minus it from 180, it gave them exactly 47 degrees. And here in this I have 90 and this is 35, right? 90 and 35 is 125. Minus it from 180 at 55 degrees.
5 plus 47
Then they did 55 plus 47 and they minus the total from 180. They found 78 degrees as well. So there are 3 methods to answer this question, and only God knows if there is a 4th method. Maybe. All right, let's continue. Work out the value of 55 minus 8x over x all to the power of 4. You have a 55 minus what? 8 times 5 over all to the power of? So 15 over what? Yeah, still keep going. So it is 3 to the power of 4, which is what? 81 is the correct answer. Simultaneous equation. Are you planning to eliminate the x or eliminate the y as in? Eliminate the x. So what are you going to do? So you're going to multiply them by what? By 2. All right, so he's saying I'm going to multiply the first equation by 2. So it gives you what? What are the new equations? I'm waiting for you to say
2x minus
2x minus
6y
equals. And down there,
2x plus y
2x plus y equals 7. What are you planning to do next?
subtract.
Subtract. Salma, continue. Keep going with this method. Why? Is it- One second. If I add them, will this help you get rid of the x's? So 2x plus 2x is so 2x, I'm going to subtract the both equations. All right, so 2x minus 2x. Bye. Negative 6y minus y. Negative 6 minus 1. Negative 6 minus 1. Negative 7. Y equals 42 minus 7. 42 minus 7 is what? 35. If y is what? It was his choice. He wanted to eliminate the x first. Fine. So it's going to be what? Negative 5. Mister, I did it differently, but I got at the end at negative 5. You just eliminated the y first. Fine. Whatever is easy, whatever comes to your mind first. It is not about easier or harder. It is about whatever comes to your mind first. Yassine, keep going. What am I supposed to do after that? All right, x minus 3y equals 21. So he's saying substitute y is negative 5. So x negative 3 times negative 5. Negative 3 times negative 5 is what? Positive 15 equals 21. So what is x?
6.
So it's saying x is 6. You did a different way, Salma, but you got 6 negative 5, right? Both are correct. Nothing is wrong. Mister, how can I, Zain was asking me, how can I, Mister, subtract the decimal and fraction? We know that 3 over 10 is actually what as a decimal? 0.3. So 5.3 minus 3 tenths, as if you're saying 5 and 3 tenths minus 3 tenths. I'm going to have a Mr. 6 squared, which is 36, plus 5.3 minus from it 0.3 is just 5 squared. Right? So it is 36 plus what? Which is 61. Good? Keep going. Yalla come. Naomi, thanks. Which one are you talking about, Yasin? Negative 3 times 5. Negative 3 times negative 5. So it's going to be positive 15. So negative 15, which is going to be positive 15. Both are going to be the same thing. Karma. Yalla. Naomi thinks of two integers. N is a negative integer. P is a positive integer. For Naomi's integers, n squared is greater than p squared. Write down a possible value of n and a possible value of p. She said, Mister, I'm going to try n is negative 5. So what is negative 5 squared? Is it really greater than? You said p is what? She said 4 squared. Is it really greater than 16? Oh, yes, Mr. Negative 5. Look, all of you are talking right now and giving me different options. The possible answers are actually endless. So you get over here. The most important thing is try your answer. N is your n negative? Is the n that you chose negative? Is the p that you chose positive? When you squared the n, was it greater than squaring the p?
Yes.
Then your answer is correct. Square the n See the answer, square the p, see the answer. And the square of the n must be greater than the square of the p. Perfectly. Question 19, Adam Miguel, tell me. This one? Adam is saying this one, Emas.
لا عشان سي مش right angle.
Thank you so much. Because here they said c squared equals a squared plus b squared, which means that which c is what? C is the what? C is the hypotenuse. So is here C the hypotenuse? لا يا مستر C is not the hypotenuse here. طب هنا يبقى I cannot take this. Is C the hypotenuse? Oh, first I must make sure. First thing I must make sure that the third angle is 90. Over here, what is the third angle is going to be what? Is it going to be 90? No way, mister. That definitely also this is not going to work. Okay. I'm explaining. The first one definitely is not 90, but definitely Pythagoras is not going to work. 56 plus 34 minus it from 180 is going to give you exactly 90, right? But is the hypotenuse here, see? Yes. But here, Mr. Ma'ala here, Mr. If I try this, it is going to give me 100. We get about 80, Mr. Pythagoras will not work. It's not going to take from your time. It's not going to take from your time. And even if it does, be sure, trust the fact that you're going to have enough time. You have enough time for all the questions. You must make sure. No, don't sleep. You must make sure that they are 90s. That's not going to take from you so long. And here the last one. The last one, 66 and 24. Is actually going to give you what? 66 and 24, they're going to give you 90, minus it from 180, and then this is 98. Yes, but is the hypotenuse C? No, you have only one emission that is going to work. Question 20. Oliver has two boxes, Mustafa, of pencils. In the first box, it contains 5x plus 11 pencils. In the second, 7x minus 3 pencils. The number of pencils in each box is the same. Oliver says there are more than 40 pencils in the first box. Is he correct or not? Or show that Oliver is correct. Mustafa, what are you going to do? What am I supposed to write? Mister is saying they said that they have the same number of pencils. This is equal to this, right? So now what are you going to do next, Mustafa? All right. He's saying, Mister, take the 5x minus 7x. Mister, to avoid the confusion of the negative signs, Ahmed, to avoid confusion of the negative signs, take the small x to the big X. To avoid the confusion of the negative signs. Is it going to be wrong to say 5x minus 7x? No, it's not going to be wrong. But better and easier, take the small x to the big X. So this is going to be 7x minus 5x, right? Equals, here you have what? 11 plus 3. So I'm going to have 14 equals, so x equals, all right, finished. No, you didn't. You're going to take only like 1 or 2 marks maximum for this. He said there are more than 40 pencils in the first box. The first box has 5x plus 11. So first box, 5x plus 11. What are we going to do, Mustafa? 5 times what? Which is 5 times 7. We found that x is 7. So 35 plus, which is 46. So he is correct. Oliver is correct. Ah, yes, he already said that he is correct. They said just show. So we showed. Question 21. Yuri has 2 fair 7-sided spinners, each numbered 1 to 7. each number from 1 to 7. Good. The same Yuri spins the white spinner once and the gray spinner once. Here are two events, A and B. Event A, spinning an even number on the white spinner. Event B, spinning a 3 on the gray spinner. So they are requesting for me to draw a ring around the best word or words describe the pair of events A and B. Are they dependent? They are mutually exclusive. They are independent. They are complementary. So, Mr. Dependent means what? They cannot, they get affected by each other, right? So, getting an even number from spinner A and spinning a 3 from the spinner event B or spinner B here, the other spinner, the gray spinner. Do they affect each other? Yeah, and if this happens, if you spin an even number the first spinner or not, will it affect the other one? Mister, they have nothing to do with each other, right? So they are independent. This is the first thing. Right. Are they mutually exclusive? What is the meaning of mutually exclusive? They can never happen together. Are they mutually exclusive? They can never happen together. By the way, I had given how many event A or B. I can get an even number from here, and I can get a 3 from there at the same time. I spin both of them. Both of them can happen together. So they are they mutually exclusive? No, yeah, listen. They can happen together. They're not mutually exclusive. Good. Right. Are they complementary, which means they complete the whole probability? Like, for example, one whole. This is that you're completing the full thing. Are they all the events? Will they cover all the events? No, I must. They will not cover all the events. So it's just independent. Yuri spins the white spinner 140 times. Calculate how many times Yuri should expect it to spin a number less than 3. But what is the probability of a number less than 3? 2 over? So 2 over 7. Multiplied by how many times? 140. So the answer is what? 40. Because I simplify the 7. Divided by 7 is 1. Divided by 7 is 20. 40 over what? 40 over 140? It is 2 over 7, which is the probability. 2 over 7, which is the probability, multiplied by the number of times. So it is 2 over 7 times 140. Simplify the multiply. بعدين معناها 140 over 1. Which is not going to be correct. Where will you get it from?
انا جبت الانسر. لا انا عملت الستة دي بعدين عملت 40 دي over 140.
Not correct. Right. Here, is it 40 over 140? It is only 40. How can I do it? Yeah, I simplify first. Numerator with denominator. So divided by 7 is 1. Divided by 7 is 20. So it's 20 times 2, 40 over 1 whole, which is just 40. Yuri spins the white spinner once and the gray spinner once. Calculate the probability that both spinners show an odd number. So what is the probability of showing an odd number here? What? Odd number here is what? Over. What is the probability of odd number here? In a 4 over 7 bar to stop? Mister, 1 second. They said this and this both at the same time. Yani odd and odd. And what do we do with and? In probability. In probability, and means you multiply. In probability, if they are requesting odd and odd, you have 4 over 7 times 4 over 7, which means 16 over 49. If it was or, then yes, we add them up. If we said what? 16 over 49.
اللي هي even اللي هو اللي هي even و odd even 3 over 7 و odd 4 over 7 وطلعت من even يعني عملت.
You don't need to. Because it's obvious and this has nothing to do with that. Whatever you get here is not going to affect that. But Question 22. Odd fractions with an odd denominator will be equivalent to a recurring decimal. We've answered this question a billion times. Find a fraction 1 over 5, 2 over 5, 3 over 5, 4 over 5. Anything that is over 5 is acceptable. That's an odd denominator, but مش recurring decimal. It's not a recurring decimal.
3 over 15.
10 yes.
3 over 15.
3 over 15, all right. So anything over 5, look at this.
Multiple.
Anything over, no, not multiple of 5. Anything over 5 or anything that is equivalent to them. So he's saying, or multiples of 5 are necessary, and he's saying 3 over 15. 3 over 15 is correct. Why? عشان it is a Mr. 1 over 5. It is equivalent to 1 over 5. But if I say to you, for example, 5 over 15, wrong. عشان تبقى equivalent to 1 over 3, which is recurring. Okay? So it's not that anything that has a multiple of 5 down there in the denominator. No. It is 1 over 5, 2 over 5, 3 over 5, 4 over 5, or anything or any fraction that is equivalent to that. All right. Find the value of x and the value of y in this equation, in these equations. Malak, tell me, 19 to the power of 3 all to the power of 5 is equal to what? All right, but this is 19 to the power of what? 15 times 19 to the power of what? Negative 4 equals 19 to the power of? All right, how did you do it? 15 plus 4, which means 15 minus 4, which is just 11. So it is x equals 11. 7 times 7 to the power of y divided by 7 to the power of negative 4. All right, how can we find this?
minus 4 يدينا 13. لا minus 34. ما هو هنعمل هو احنا عندنا 7 equal 1 فهنعمل لها
7 is to the power of 1. Thank you. هنعمل لها plus مع let's take them in order with the y. But Mr. I know that 1, it is 1 plus what? Look at this. 1 plus, why would you say something? Say y. 1 plus what? Y minus negative 4 equals 13. You have a 1 plus y minus negative 4, which is plus 4, equals 13. Yeah, and Mr. y plus 5 equals 13, which is y is what? Y is 8. Okay, Paul. Question 24. No, this one? This one? But do you understand it now? Turn it into algebra, into an equation. 1 plus y minus negative 4, and 1 plus y plus 4 equals 13. You will be able to find the y. Yes. Good? You see. Question 24. A rectangle has an area of 2 meters squared. When the rectangle is enlarged, the image has an area of 72 meters squared. Mr. We said something about a shape before enlargement or after enlargement, right? Before enlargement and after enlargement. Before enlargement, what is it going to be? If, for example, if it is x, and let's say scale factor, for example, I'm just explaining it, this is not the example that we have. Let's say scale factor 2. For example, we're doing enlargement, scale factor 2. Before the enlargement, if it is x, after the enlargement is going to be what in area? It's parameter. Parameter is going to be what? 2x. So the parameter before enlargement is x, after enlargement is going to be, because it's scale factor 2, so doubling it, right? But listen, area, I'm explaining the lesson in general, not this example, not the question. Area, if the area is x and scale factor 2, so it is x times what? No, it is not times the scale factor, it is times scale factor squared. يعني 2 squared equals 4x. So yeah, mister, for the enlargement in perimeter, you times it by scale factor. In area, you missed this, you missed it. We explained it before, but definitely forgot it. In perimeter, we times it by scale factor. But in area, you times it by scale factor squared. Scale factor squared. To find the new area after enlargement. Good?
2x squared.
لا. It is that, let's assume in an area was 3 centimeters squared. What is the new area going to be? With scale factor 2. هتبقى 3 يا مستر times scale factor 2 بس 2 squared. And the scale factor is squared. So it was going to be 12 in this case. Good? Right, let's now have a look at the example that we have here. Now I just reminded you of the rule. Good? Let's now answer the question. All of this, I was explaining it to you, how it works. Oh my, they want to speak up. The area is always squared. We're talking about volume right now. But when the rectangle is enlarged, the same area is 2 meters squared. A rectangle has an area of 2 meters squared. When the rectangle is enlarged, the image has an area of 72. All right, so 1 second, mister. So here we know that the 72, where did it come from? It came from the old area, which is times the scale factor. Scale factor what? Squared. Let's give it x, because I don't know it. I don't know the scale factor. Do we know it? But I know it. Listen, it is just the old area times the scale factor squared. So let's assume that the scale factor is what? X. You have a 2 times the scale factor, which is x squared. Let's solve it. X squared equals 72 divided by 2. 36. You have Mr. X is what? You have a scale factor what? Scale factor 6. You got this. You got it. And عارف ان 72 ديت it happened after enlargement, right? So 72 equals what? The old area, which is what? 2, right? Multiplied by the scale factor squared. We agreed a minute ago, right? You multiply by the scale factor squared. So what is the scale factor? I don't know it. I gave it letter x. So it is 72. The new area equals the 2 multiplied by x squared. Solve the equation to find x, which is the scale factor. Solve the equation. We send the 2 over there division. We did the 2, we sent the 2 there division, so it is 36 equals x squared. Send it square root, so it's 6. Sure? Here. Okay. Simplify this. I need first semester to factorize. I need to do what? Factorize it. So I'm going to take from the top what?
3b.
You can. 3t as a factor. So what is going to be left up there?
2w.
T 2w, right? 2w plus 3 over
3t.
bye to the 3 t's, so it's 2w plus 3. You cannot take 6 out of both of them. Maybe that was a different example with different numbers. But here, the maximum I can take is 3. Just a minute, this is the last page. The last question. Here, they're saying it to you that this is 0.12, this is 0.15, this is all x, and this is your y. The total area of the rectangle is 0.084 meters squared. Work out the value of x and the value of y. All right, so the area of the whole thing is what? So I know that this times these two together, right? Length which is y plus 0.15, right? Right? Multiplied by what? 0.12, right? Or even better than that. Thank you. Yasin said to me what? He said an even better idea than the one that I said. And then Mr. let the x be let the length be x right away. So 0.12 x equals 0.084. Can we find the x or not? Yes, I'm gonna send the 0.12 over there. Division x equals 0.084 over 0.12. Mister, without using the calculator. How can I do this without using the calculator? All right. She said what here? Mister, I must multiply the denominator here. I must make the denominator what? A whole number. Must be a whole number. Can I divide, ya malad? We took this in unit 3. Can I divide if the denominator is a decimal? I can't, right? It's a fraction. So I must multiply this by 100. I'm up by 100. 84 over 1000 divided by 12 over 100. We keep change flip. Fine, but that's going to be much harder. So here is going to be 8 point over 12. Now I can ignore the decimal point and I put it at the end. Now I can ignore the decimal point and put it at the end. So what is 84 divided by 12? 7. We know the times table, mister. Oh, but I need one decimal point. So 0.7 is what? You have x is 0.7. Can I find y? Yes, how? 0.7 minus 0.15 equals y. So y is what? 0.55. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you in another video.